Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. All right, we got a big video today talking about some major changes and some big speculation dealing with GTA 5 and the future of Grand Theft Auto as well. All right, so guys, if you want to keep up with stuff like this, make sure you're subscribed to my channel with notifications turned all the way on, and make sure that you guys drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Let's talk about what we know is confirmed and what is going to be happening in the future with Grand Theft Auto 5. So, this is going to be talking about last gen consoles with PS4, Xbox One. And this is from the Newswire. Rockstar states, as we begin to approach the limits of what's possible within the technical capacity of previous generation consoles, we are taking necessary steps to allow for future GTA Online updates on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. As part of these changes, the Rockstar Editor, including any clips or projects saved in the Rockstar Editor, will no longer be available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles as of February 20th, 2024. The Rockstar Editor will continue to be fully supported on PS5 and the Xbox Series XS and PC. This update will help to ensure the stability of these platforms and keep them updated with GTA Online editions for as long as possible. For more information on the Rockstar Editor changes, including how to export the saved Rockstar Editor projects on PS4 and Xbox One, visit the support site. We'll take a look at that as well. But first, let me state that this does suck. I hate to see this happen. Although I do know it's inevitable and it's going to happen, and you know, like it or not, we're gonna lose support for GTA 5 online in its entirety. You know, sometime after GTA 6 comes out, but we still have several years for that. But we've already seen the D support, if you will, for PS4 or last gen consoles, you know, Xbox One, with limited updates and things like that already, right? And let's be honest, those consoles really are being taxed. What I kind of, you know, am a little I'm kind of a little, I wouldn't say pissed off, but it's almost like, come on, Rockstar. You know, I see what's really going on here. And what kind of pisses me off is that, you know, we don't have a long time for the PS4 support in general. And they say it's so they can continue giving updates and things, but they don't even really give that big or complete updates, anyways, right? They don't really support the game, you know, on those consoles in its entirety, and they haven't done that in a long time. So I feel like they're really just doing this to kind of clean up their own cache, right? They're kind of cleaning up their own, you know, database. And even further in, which we'll talk about this here in a moment, they're really doing this so they don't have three different versions of GTA 5, right? They got GTA 5 for current gen, last gen, and for PC, right? And we'll talk about some speculation here in just a moment. But what we're looking at here in the top left is basically Rockstar support, and they're saying the same thing as the Newswire. And yeah, you can, if you are on last gen, right? You can still save some of the video clips or screenshots that you have. You just got to transfer them over to a USB, a thumb drive, something like that, and you can keep them. Funny thing is, the day before that this update release, and you know, Rockstar told us about this happening, I sold my PS4 Pro. I sold it to a buddy. But before I did that, I was going through my saved photos and some video clips, and it was fun kind of going down memory lane. But we're not living in the past. We're not looking back. We're looking forward. We're going forward. And with that being said, we do have some speculation out there. Again, nothing is set in stone. This is not from Rockstar. It's just speculative. And it started out with what Titus said on Twitter. He said February 20th is Tuesday, usually update day. They didn't mention PC. And I heard from QRIXPL, Rockstar Editor on PS5 is 1080p 30 frames per second. He says this could mean that the Rockstar Editor upgrade for next gen and EE expanded and enhanced finally on PC. And Tez down below kind of reverberates or reciprocates that. He says at this point, the PC version should receive the next gen enhancements and be on the same version as PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So this is a big deal because there's a big PC community that doesn't have access to a huge portion of Grand Theft Auto Online, which is the expanded, enhanced, and some of the other gameplay features as well. And it's a big deal. They've kind of been left out, kind of left out to dry for this. And a lot of speculation, especially on my behalf, is due to modding. I think they want to kind of tighten up and make sure that there's not a lot of open holes for modders to get a hold of and exploit the game. I had the opportunity to speak to Titus more about this on Twitter, and he was saying that a lot of it has to deal with money. There could be things tying them up with Microsoft and with Sony, and he's basing this information off of what we're talking about with Rockstar Editor support being canceled with the last gen consoles, and that nothing has been updated with the PC version of it, which they usually do weekly. And he was telling me that the files are there. Some of the files for expanded enhanced and for this upgrade are already there. They're just waiting to be turned on, basically. The scripts, some of the scripts are there, the files are there, and he thinks that it doesn't take this long to implement whatever is missing. So it's really just kind of like a light switch. You just gotta flick it and turn it on. So what he's saying is that Rockstar, and this is what I also kind of came to a conclusion of, is Rockstar is trying to consolidate the different versions of Grand Theft Auto. Move on from last gen, just focus on current gen and PC. And it's much easier to maintain and update and manage that right there. So not only is that an issue, and then like I said it before, what he was talking about, how there could be possibly maybe contractual obligations, financial obligations between Sony and Microsoft, because Rockstar has, does deals with these companies and whatnot. We don't know the fine print, obviously, but these are things that, are very, very, that are already kind of understood in the industry, right? So that's a big deal. And when you got people like Titus and Tez talking about this, again, I have to say it like a million times, right? It is speculation, but it does hold weight coming from these types of individuals in the community. They are reputable and they are reliable. So, I am not I do play PC games. I don't play GTA on PC, but I do support that the community has access to some fantastic features on Grand Theft Auto Online that, console has been enjoying for quite some time now. And I really do hope to see that PC gets that and gets set up with it, because that would be epic. And they deserve it. The community deserves it, definitely. But again, Rockstar needs to make sure that everything is tightened up and there's no leaks in the ship to sink the boat, right? Because that can be an issue. That can be something that would, definitely, hurt the actual game. So big changes, right, with this. It's sad to see, Rockstar support dwindling down with, things like the Rockstar Editor and, the lackluster updates for last gen. But again, like I said, it is inevitable. But it is good to see that the reason behind this partly may be because they are moving on to bringing expanded enhanced to PC. So I think that's a good thing, and the incentive will now be there for some of our community that's on last gen to move into current gen. And listen, guys, if you are playing GTA on PS4 or Xbox One, you guys are missing out on a completely different Grand Theft Auto experience when you move over and upgrade to current gen. It really is a different game. It really is. The graphics, you get so much more playability. There's so many more features. It's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend, if you guys, again, I know financially a lot of people can't be strapped. I get that. I get that. But if you got it and you're just kind of like, it's no big deal. I still got it here in the game. You're really missing out, and you're doing yourself an injustice by not upgrading and moving on. Because it's a great experience with it, with these with the added features and the better quality graphics and gameplay. Just moving to 60 FPS was a night and day difference for me. It really was. It's unbelievable. I could never go back to 30 FPS. It's wild, right? So I'm sure we'll be hearing more about expanded enhanced coming to PC here in the future. Right, I do think Rockstar is going to be making a move on this. It just makes no sense for them not to. It just does not. The only thing I can think of for me personally was, maybe the modding and the cheating issues, and then, now getting some more light shed on, and maybe some financial and contractual obligations as well on Rockstar's end. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for the Ills and Reels content in the game, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, peace out. Yeah.